How's it going, everybody? Rob right here today. We are back with our Ottawa Senators franchise mode. And yes, guys, we are going to continue it. A large amount of you in the comment section wanted me to keep going, and I am going to do that. We are going to go for 1 or 2 more seasons, depending on how this season goes. I may have to go for 2. If we get real close, I won't shut it down. But if we're, again, just so far away, this might be the last season coming up. So we're going to kind of go all in. We're not going to, sell the farm and make it too unrealistic. I did say it's still going to be realistic, but I am going to be more aggressive with my moves, and we're a desperate team right now. It's not the time to be conservative. Anyway, here at the draft lottery, Dallas jumps from 12 to 1, in Arizona from 7 to 2, Buffalo drops from 2 to 3, but Montreal gets screwed, Nashville gets screwed as well. But 12 to 1, that's a ridiculous jump. Anyway, Evgeny Malkin is going to retire, Patrick Kane retires a Flyer, Malkin retires a Capital, Taves retires a Star, Pietrangelo retires a Golden Knight, Couture retires a Shark, Jeff Petrie retires an Islander, I want to say that is. Yeah, it's an Islander. Lars Eller retires, McDonough, TJ Brody, Jake Muzzin, Craig Smith, Matt Zuccarello, Nazem Kadri, Frolik, Shattenkirk, Ekholm, Johnson, Reg. Wow, Pacioretty retired. Wow, he's played almost no games in his career. For 37, he's playing less than 1,000 games. I guess that has to do a lot with his injuries, but Tyler Ennis, Zach Kassian. Wow, so many players here, guys. I'll scroll through for you, but a lot of names that I know and recognize, and I'm sure many of you recognize. Dubnyk, Reimer, Ronta, Hudobin, Indell, Condon, Hutchinson. Yeah, a lot of guys retiring this season. I think that's kind of time for us to realize that we're getting pretty late on here in this save game. It might be time to figure out a new one, potentially something new, something different, potentially, I don't know, doing something I've never done before on the channel. But we'll see what it is. We clearly didn't scout the OHL at all. Guys, that worries me, although I guess they kind of figured we weren't going to be at the top there. But our scouts, did our scouts just slack off all year? Anyway, Ivan Lakitanov here is potentially 1 year away from the NHL. He'd be the guy I'd like to go after with this pick here. Medium top 4, Ted McClellan's 3 years away. 1 year away, Connor Aronson. It looks like he's 1 year away. The defender, he's probably not an enforcer. He's probably a defensive defenseman if I had to guess. So we'll take a quick look when we get in there, but let's go ahead and just jump into the draft here and hopefully get some good players that are going to help us in the future. The Arizona Coyotes want to trade the 2nd overall pick. If I knew anything about the guys at the top, I would say definitely, but this is new. I mean, I do know something about them. I don't know anything about this guy, Rory Swift. We just didn't scout him at all. But Steve McLeod here is NHL ready. So is Colton Skinner. They're all NHL ready. I mean, Arizona wants to give up the 2nd overall pick, so let's give them a call, see what they'd ask for us. The Arizona Coyotes want to give up number 2. No trades found. I kind of expected that. Either that or we'd have to give up a ridiculous amount. But anyway, let's go ahead and sim to pick number 25, which is our first pick in the draft here. Volclair is 1 year away from the NHL as a defensive defenseman. We know for a fact he's 1 year away. I like that a lot, the fact that we know it for sure. So Felipe Valclair, the right defenseman. Let's go ahead and draft Felipe Volclair, who is a 73 overall enforcer defenseman of medium top 4. He's an enforcer? Look at that physical category. Yeah, no, that might be it might be just a lie, the fact that he's gets so close to being ready, because the physical category is definitely 99 strength. 99 strength. All he does is he's in the weight room all the time. Absolutely love that. He's slow as molasses, but is the dude, like, just flexing on everybody. So we have a medium top 4 enforcer as our first pick. To lean there. I just kind of want to see who else we could have picked and passed on. Nobody important yet. Lakitanov with low elite it's not bad. I think I'd almost rather have the guy that's closer to NHL ready. And then the Vegas Golden Knights, who win the cup, I believe. Yeah, they got a medium top 6. So it's nothing too crazy, nothing spectacular here. Aronson, medium top 4, defensive defenseman. McClellan, yeah. So these guys are all fine. They're all solid, but none of them are too crazy. Just checking out something real quick. So let's go ahead and get to our next pick. We're here in the second round, mid to late second round. As far as prospects, ooh, there's some guys here that we could potentially take with our third round pick. DeAndre Fistrick. I mean, I know he's not quite NHL ready, but 4 years, 3 years. I always like to look for, wow, did our scouts just not scout at all? This is crazy. I've never seen it this bad. 5 years away, but he's medium, top 6, potentially. Law here's low elite, 3 years away, maybe. I'll take Connor Law. Why not? I'm going to try and get as much trade value as possible. He is low top 6, so that's not great. I'm not too worried about the draft, though, guys. I don't think many of these guys are going to help us in the future. Aiden Wheeler is a gem, but there's also Valeri Grachev. He's 2 years away, medium top 6. I think I'm going to take him. He's 2 years away. He's 66, medium top 9. I don't like that pick, but they're fine. I mean, again, I'm not too bothered about this draft, but we can still take Aiden Wheeler here, and I will. He's listed as a gem. Is he actually going to be a gem? He's low top 6, 64 overall in the third round. Not bad at all. And then we've got that 2-bar medium elite guy coming up, Fistrick here, the offensive defenseman. So I'm going to take him and hope that he's medium elite. He is medium top 4 at 46. How old is he? He's 17, so he's probably not going to make it in this in the YouTube series, but maybe in the future he might make it into the NHL. Byron Fowler's got 2-bar low elite. I'll take him. He's going to be low top 9. I'm really not too bothered about the draft here, guys. Like I keep saying, a medium starter. Let's take the medium starter in the 7th round. That is a great pick. That makes me happy. Ending it on a high note there with a medium starter goalie is great news for us. And now we go to the resign phase. Jason Spezza, our AHL head coach, is expiring, so we're going to have to re-sign him and a bunch of... Do I even want to re-sign my scouts? They did not do anything this year. They did not scout whatsoever. Anyway, as far as expiring contracts go, Worrell does not want to return. Crosby does, but I think I'm going to let Crosby walk just because he's an 86, but he's going to drop off so quickly throughout the season. I'm sorry, Worrell, but I'm going to at least qualify you, so... If we can't come to an agreement, I'm going to let Crosby walk. You know, he was a 1-year rental. If we take a look at defensemen here, I just want to take take them all in. So Shabbat, Brandstrom, and Ellis are still on the team here. Reese Chichu is definitely going to come back. Maybe Fowler comes back. I would probably bring back Fowler. In the system it doesn't really matter here, does it? But our top 3 are set. Shabbat, Brandstrom, Ellis. Fowler can come back, Chichu and Lahoe. Roy was good. He probably deserves his contract. Valclair is really close, actually, to the NHL. I'm going to give him his ELC, I think. That's weird to see an ELC of $1 million, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Goaltender-wise, John Gibson's still got another year. UC Saros has another year. Cutler and Tennell are still signed. These backup goaltender potentials, I'm going to just let them go. We'll see how Cutler does. Maybe I move on from Gibson, although... He had a good season, 910 and 260. Like, he is super duper consistent. I mean, this was the most insane year I think I've ever seen a goaltender simulate. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. 923 and a 227? Jesus, that's like almost realistic. Like, I know, I think Marc-Andre Fleury or somebody had close to under 2 goal against average in real life this season, but 910 and 2.6 are solid. They're fine with me. He's still an 88. That's fine. Defenseman... I'll come back to Cam Fowler. He wants a contract extension. 2 years at 4.6 is not bad. I only have 16 million, though. Keep that in mind. And I have to sign Worrell and Pelletier. I do want to bring Worrell back. He doesn't want a contract extension. He wants 5 years at 11.85 million. Worrell has been so good for us. Like, he's putting in 40 goals a season, 70 points. But in the playoffs... I mean, I guess he's been good there, too. Yeah. He's been okay in the playoffs. I can't exactly say he's been phenomenal. I might trade him. Pelletier, we're going to give him that 2-year deal at $3.5 million. That's going to be a good contract for us there. Cam Fowler, I'd like to bring him back as well as Yolanen. Hyman doesn't want to come back, so I will release him. That's fine. Qualify him. Worrell, I don't, you know what, I'll see if I still have money after I re-sign these guys, some guys that I do want to bring back. Can I get you to take $4 million, Fowler? 2 years at $4 million. Yolanen here. how did Yolanin do? He played 82 games. He had 29 points, +2, 28 penalty minutes. I mean, he was okay coming up from the minors. I mean, he didn't play a lot. He was playing on that third, fourth line. 5 game-winning goals though is quite a lot. So I'm gonna sign Yolanin again. Give him a 2-year deal at 2.25. That's not very expensive. We've got Reese Chichu. I definitely want to bring him back. Oh, beautiful. That's a fantastic contract. I will definitely give him that. Grieg is a guy that I want to qualify for sure. Let's see, what kind of contract does he want? He wants a 2-way deal. That's beautiful because he can always step in there. Markstrom wants 2 years. I'll give him the 1 million. That's fine with me. We'll qualify LaPierre again. All these guys coming up from Belleville could really help us in the end of the season, in the future. Lahoe wants a 2-way deal. Did he want a 1-way? Whoops. I don't know if I looked at that properly, but I got to sign all these guys from the AHL back. 1 year, that's fine. Bodine, he's back. Brown, good, that's fine with me. Shaw, you know what? I'll give Bukaboom a contract and let Shaw walk. Valcourt is medium top 6. He's quite a far away from the NHL. When did we take this guy? In the first round, 27th. It's not looking like a great pick. Anderson here is low elite, so we'll give him a contract. Bottom 6 will release. Vatanen, I'll give him a contract. Why not? Just keep some of these guys around. Release him. And then Bielis here, medium elite at 19. Needs a contract. So let's go ahead and advance a day, see who returns. Fowler just wants to be on a new team. Okay, I guess I can't really step in his way. He wants to leave, so Balsers is back. Valcourt, yep. Brown is going to reject the dollar value. He wants to leave. Bodine is back. Lahoe's back. Valclair, Vatanen, LaPierre, Grieg, Yolanin, Chichu, Markstrom, Pelletier, and Bukaboom. Bielis are all back. Would you look at that? We still have 12 million in cap space. Now, here's the thing. We need to sign at least one defenseman. It might be time to let Worrell hit the free agent market, and as an RFA, maybe we get a ton of picks for him. Maybe I move him on. I mean, he's got to have a ton of value, right? That's going to be a huge deal. That's going to be an absolutely massive deal. So Fowler wants to leave. Brown wants to leave. I'm sorry, I know they're probably not thrilled. Yeah, we'll do the 1.275. Can I save like 25,000? I'm cheap. Come on. But yeah, I think Worrell, unless he changes his contract demands, I don't want to have to overpay for him, and there's no team-friendly deal here. I'm going to let him hit free agency. He's an RFA, so I would still get something for him, and then maybe I will look to trade him. I got to send the scouts back and the coaches, guys, so I will catch up with you when we get to free agency and figure out what we're going to do with Worrell. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit the free agency window. It is officially open. The best free agent on the market is Worrell with one team interested. That would be us. Technically, the best player on the market is Eli Tolvanen, who fits the top 6, is a sniper, does not have the greatest wrist shot accuracy, though. And I want my snipers to have good wrist shot accuracy. And you guys can see here, I know he's not playing on a good team, but that wrist shot accuracy is definitely holding him down. There's a third line scoring forward, 87, Isaac Lundstrom. The high top 6 playmaker looks very, very good. But again, guys, the first thing I want to do is sign ourselves a defenseman. We need to bring in at least one middle 6 defenseman. Middle 6, Jesus. Well, I guess it is middle 6. Middle pairing defenseman. Ideally, somebody like Pionk here fits all defensive pairings as an offensive defenseman. We do have quite a few offensive defensemen in the team already. So let's go ahead and check out our defensemen, how they stack up. So Shabbat and Brandstrom are fine. Ellis here is a 2-way defender, technically. He fits the second line perfectly. Brandstrom fits the second line perfectly. Shabbat does not fit any line, but it is what it is. Reese Chichu here is a 2-way defender. They're not going to tell me how he fits. We know Brandstrom fits. Thank you very much. And then Roy here is an offensive defenseman. So I think what we want is probably a defensive defenseman. Somebody that can play the penalty kill for us, play on that middle pairing, allow the 2-way defenseman in Ellis to get forward more. Ellis, I know, is listed as a two-way defender, but in my mind, he's more of an offensive two-way defender. The good news for us is there are no defensive defensemen on the market worth diddly squat. So we're probably just going to have to get a two-way defenseman that fits the scheme. I mean, the best defensive defenseman is Nikita Zadorov at 81. I'd love to get a guy like Foot here. Cale Foot, two-way defender, looks pretty decent all around. He fits all of our defensive pairings, which is nice. But really what I want to see are good guys on cheaper deals, like Hayden Fleury here, 84, very, very good, fits all of our defensive pairings, because I don't think it's really that hard for us to fit defensive pairings. How did his numbers look? His giveaways and takeaways were actually pretty close there in Carolina. And, I mean, that's not too bad. He throws his body around. He blocks a ton of shots. That's probably got to do with his 86 shot blocking there. Pulock here is another guy that I could consider. Cam Fowler said he wanted to go a separate way, so as much as I'd like to bring him back, wow, Pulock is very good defensively, but he only fits the third defensive pairing, which is something to consider. Oscar Klefbom here, the two-way defender, looks really, really good. Played a ton of minutes. Giveaway to takeaway ratio was not very good, though. John Carlson, formerly of the Washington Capitals, does not fit the scheme at all. It would have been fun to get him, but Foot here at under $5 million is a really, really good defender. How did he do? What were his numbers like? Wow, a lot of giveaways, but a ton of hits and blocks. He blocks a ton of shots, and he played for Tampa Bay. Question is, do I want to take that horrible giveaway to takeaway ratio? I think I'd rather go after, you know, a guy like Pulock. I mean, Pulock's numbers are good, but wait, he doesn't fit the scheme, does he? No, he only fits the third defensive pairing. I think Hayden Fleury is quickly becoming the guy that I want to be on that middle pairing. He's a left-handed defenseman. I mean, his giveaway to takeaway ratio has been okay last season. He throws his body around, blocks a ton of shots when given ice time, right? So look at this middle pairing. He's playing about 20 minutes. It's middle pairing. He does well. I think he does very, very well. Will Butcher's another guy, but he just wants so much freaking money. With us only having 11 million, I definitely want to get a quality replacement. And I think, you know, you look through here, Hayden Fleury's going to want about $5.5 million for 6 years. I mean, I can give him something close to that. At 84 overall, he's very good. A guy like Neil Pionk would be interesting, but I think Hayden Fleury just fits everything that we want to do here. I'm going to give him 5.75 for 6 seasons. It is what it is. Goalie wise, I've got goalies to move on from too. So there's some potential cap savings as well. But one thing I do want to do here is take a look. What our team's calling and offering? Nothing of value. Philippe Deneau in his $9.9 million contract, which, I mean, he's not bad at all, but I was kind of hoping for like a bona fide sniper that fits the first line. You know, Clayton Keller is not a sniper, but he's a great, great player. But I'm thinking about, you know, not a Pasternak, because I'm not trading him to Boston, although Boston is an interesting team. Conservative seller is Buffalo. They want him. As far as overall, I mean, Taylor Hall's still there. He's on a 1-year deal. He's a rental, right? Really, really good sniper. Would fit our top 6 and the power play. We could get some extra stuff from Buffalo there. Who else wants him? The Colorado Avalanche are a conservative seller. Go after Mikko Rantanen even, but that's too much money. Again, I want somebody on a little bit of a cheaper deal that would come in and be the sniper on that first line. He's so good, but he doesn't fit the top 6. Conservative buyer there. Conservative seller here with Dallas. Miro Heiskanen. Komachi here, medium franchise. Sniper, oh my goodness. I don't think he fits the scheme, though. Denis Gurianov is another one to look at, but Detroit is a buyer, conservative seller here in the Florida Panthers. Huberdeau is 33 already. Wow, we're really far in the future, aren't we? He's a playmaker. I need a bona fide sniper for that first line. Conservative seller here. Erzberg, would they want to? He's a two-way forward. Quentin Byfield, we know, is a power forward. Caffrey is a playmaker, and he's the guy. Isn't he the guy that plays like Gretzky? I think he is. The Minnesota Wild are a pure seller. They've got Jonathan Drouin too. Bjorkstrand is another sniper. Jonathan Drouin is a sniper here. It does let him down a bit with his shooting category. Is not exactly as high as I'd like. The Montreal Canadiens don't really have a sniper of any true value. The Nashville Predators here are also a seller, but they don't really have anybody good on their team. Actually, the Philadelphia Flyers are a seller, but it doesn't look like they have any snipers. Nikita Zarkov, they probably aren't giving up. He's probably the future of this team. A guy like Joel Farabee is a two-way forward. It's not exactly what I want to look for. Conservative seller here in Pittsburgh. Jake Gensel could be a good get. Is he a sniper? He is a sniper with a good wrist shot accuracy. He fits the top 6. He's on 4 years at 8.8. Still a little rich for my blood. I don't know if I can afford that. But we'll keep looking here. The San Jose Sharks are a seller for sure. Merkley is looking really, really nice. And maybe I should have gone after him instead of going after, oh, wow. He has got really good offensive numbers. I mean, he's at -22, but I think that's more so the fact that he's on a really bad team. The St. Louis Blues are a seller. They have Vladimir Tarasenko for 5 more years at $10.5 million. I don't think I'm going to be able to bring him in, but oh, he is so good. At 34, somebody maybe we could look to at the deadline to bring in. And the Vegas Golden Knights are also a conservative seller. Wow. Wong here is not a sniper, two-way forward. They don't have any snipers either. The Capitals are a conservative seller. Who do they, I mean, no snipers. I mean, Shane Wright, but he's, yeah. Oh my God, he's disgusting. Woo. Okay, so, I mean, the Anaheim Ducks are a seller. They've got Brock Besser at 14. I remember I tried to get Besser and oh God, 14 million. I'm almost glad I didn't do that because that would have put us in a really tough situation. But I do kind of like the deal with the Buffalo Sabres. Getting a guy like Taylor Hall that fits. He's 86, right? He's making $9 million. Maybe I don't like it as much anymore now that I think about it. A lot of these teams are sellers that don't want Worrell. But a guy like Nikolai Ehlers, Kachuk, Monahan, none of them are snipers. They're all two-way forwards, power forward, playmaker, yeah. Johnny Gaudreau is pretty expensive for a sniper. I don't think he's worth it. I'm really looking here, guys, to try and a seller. We could go after Svechnikov on an expiring deal. They want to give up Johansson, but Andrei Svechnikov fits the third line, which is unfortunate. The Chicago Blackhawks are a seller. They've got a guy here in Alex DeBrincat, who is a sniper, who fits, we don't know enough about him to make really a move for him here, unfortunately. I'm going to look through some of the teams that I didn't look through. The Detroit Red Wings are a buyer, so they're probably not going to want to give up any of their good players. I looked through pretty much every team. The New Jersey Devils are a buyer. Turikov here is a sniper with a ridiculous, he fits the fourth line, though, unfortunately. The New York Islanders are a seller. They've got Barzal, but, I mean, not really much else. I mean, Oliver Wahlstrom is not a bad guy to go after. Fits the top 6. He's a lot cheaper. He could be somebody I look to go after. I mean, he's pretty cheap at 86, too. He would help us score some goals on that top line, right? And the New York Rangers are sellers. Capo Caco's a playmaker. Lafreniere's a playmaker. They don't really have a sniper. Artemi Panarin for $10.5 million. Go after Artemi Panarin. He fits the top 6. That would be such a huge deal. This would be like a massive deal. I don't exactly have the cap for that. I'd have to clear up some more cap. Actually, taking a look at our goalies, how much cap is tied up in these guys? $3 million in UC Saros is probably, dump that off and go get, they need a backup goalie too. Forwards, Artemi Panarin, who they want to give up. And then potentially take a draft pick from him, like a third. I could maybe make this deal work. Artemi Panarin, listed as a second line forward. He's listed as an exact top 6. How many goals has he been scoring recently? He put up 30 just last season. Worrell is so good, though. I'd love to get Worrell back. Again, I like that idea quite a bit. I don't need to worry as much about cap. I looked here at Mikko Rantanen, right? He's making $12 million. He's making, yeah, no. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wait this out. I think I'm gonna wait a few days, see if Worrell maybe accepts the RFA, the tender. Not gonna do that deal. That's a nonsensical deal. That's a nobody wins. Bielis for Danault. I don't want Danault. I think he's overpaid. Hayden Fleury is coming to Ottawa, so we did get our one free agent signing. UC Saros for Gustafsson. I'm going to decline that trade. Is there anybody interested in Worrell right now? Worrell is lowering his demands quite a bit. We are the only team interested, too. He's the best guy on the market. There's John Tavares, too, who's a sniper, fits the top 6. Oh, God, he'd be so good. He's good defensively, too. That's the big thing, right? He's still putting up 30, 40 goals a season, but I'd want Worrell back for sure. I think I'd definitely want Worrell back because, right, our first line could, I guess, be, if we take a look at it, guys, I'm sorry, this is a big offseason for us. Stützle, Tkachuk, right? Tkachuk, do you fit that first line? He fits it okay. He fits it well enough. Stützle fits the first line well enough. And if we got a sniper up there with them, I'm sure we could do some seriously, seriously nutty things. Getting potentially a +5 for Tkachuk and Stützle. Worrell, we'll see. Maybe now somebody will throw in a better offer. Now there's no trades found whatsoever. Let's take a look at some of the best snipers in the game here. Player search, position, forward, player type, sniper. Take a look at just who are the best snipers. Austin Matthews, clearly one of the best snipers. As far as cap though, I have 7 million in cap. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of UC Saros right now. I'm gonna find a trade for Saros. Listen, I liked him. He was here. He was backup for us at the deadline. Great acquisition. But UC Saros, what can we get for him? We can get a third, some third-round picks, Lafferty, some thirds. Libor Hajak's a good defenseman, too. Riley Smith is a sniper. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Libor Hajek. That's only clearing 1 million in cap space, but you know, it would definitely be an upgrade here at defense. Would it not really? Okay, it would not really be an upgrade on defense. So let's exit the deal here. Let's go ahead, get rid of UC Saros, which is then going to open up deals for us. The Colorado Avalanche. Let's send them to the LA Kings. The LA Kings are a definite seller. Trading away a quality player, guys. Come on. Just relax, would you? Anyway, I'm now going to have to sign a backup goaltender, but for the time being, we now have 9.68 million. And that's good enough for the Coyotes to come back in with the Dano offer. No, thank you. Taking a look back at our player search. Unfortunately, it doesn't save. Forward. I've been looking for a first-line sniper that's going to put in a boatload of goals for a long time here. A guy like Camachi, player info. Reginald Camachi, first-line franchise sniper. Don't know if he fits the scheme, though. That's the only unfortunate part. Goodness gracious. Patrick Laine, playing for the Winnipeg Jets still, is freaking insane. He fits the third line, which is not good enough. Leon Draisaitl, making 11 million. Fits potentially our second line. Pasternak, I'm not going to Boston. DeBrincat is such an interesting deal. I'd love to scout him, but it won't let me scout him from this screen. I don't know why. Eli Tolvanen signed with the Capitals. Interesting. Burkholz here, 4 years. Angelo Burkholz is a really, really good sniper. He fits the third line, unfortunately. Andrei Svechnikov fits the third line. Man, is our third line like just a jack of all trades kind of thing, or what's going on here? Let's sort by overall, because I don't mind going after somebody who's going to be easier to go after. Vladimir Tarasenko fits the top 6 and the power play, is a really good sniper. Puts up a lot of points, and if he fits that top line, guys, we have an insane top line. Jake Gensel is another guy that fits the top 6. Pittsburgh could use a guy like Worrell for sure. Making only 8.8 allows me a little bit more flexibility. Fits the top 6. He's not got the great shot that I'm looking for, right? He's not got that insane shot. But then there's Oliver Bjorkstrand here, who's not got a great shot either. John Tavares is still a free agent, like I said, who's still got that really, really good shooting. Man, I have 9 million. I could go after him, or I could just bring in Worrell. I could just straight up bring back Worrell. But Artemi Panarin making his 10 million, top 6 forward, 91 rated. They want to get rid of him. He had a down year for them. Where did he play? They played him probably still on the first line. He's got a really good takeaway to giveaway ratio for a sniper. 20 goals, though. I'd like to see more out of Artemi Panarin. He might be on the decline. These are the guys that would be a lot easier to get, right? Wahlstrom here is a really, really good player, but I just think that I need one of the top snipers in the league. And a guy like DeBrincat keeps piquing my interest. He is insanely good. I'd love to scout him for a couple weeks and then make an offer, right? So can we find DeBrincat and scout him? Scouts, let's get on it. Actually, we'll assign our scouts in all the regions for about a month. NHL Pacific. Can I not? I can't scout them in the off season? Oh, come on, just go watch some film. And this is dangerous because if he doesn't fit the top 6, then okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna sim to next season. If Worrell accepts, that's fine. He's a really cheap asset then to move. We can make a decision about it. I'm going to sim to next season. Not going to take on Lindholm. Not going to take on Mete. We're going to take a look at how the team looks and grows and what we're looking at here. Wow, they are just desperate to get some of my players. Holy crap. What is with all these trade offers? I don't want these trade offers. I don't want any of them. I'm trying to save my cap space here. Oh, my goodness. San Jose, just stop. Everybody, just... Guys, I'm going to be back when I can get to the regular season. Okay, guys, Worrell did drop his ask. We're in August here. He dropped his ask to 1 year. Let's sign him for 2 years, probably. At 7. Yeah, 3 years at 7.5 would be really good, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 3 years at $7.5 million. He's still an RFA. We'd have 1 year of RFA after anyway, so we're going to offer him that contract. Nobody came in for him, which is great. He did sign, so we're glad to see him back. So, guys, let's check out how the lines are looking. I mean, he really scores a boatload, right? But maybe we can look to upgrade, too. Let's go ahead and see what the lines look like here, guys. And then we can make a decision. So we finally made it. I got through all the trade offers, and we are here. Worrell's an 88. He fits the top line pretty well. We'll move Forsberg up because we know he can score goals. Colin White on the third line. There we go. Colin White on the third line. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I almost kind of dig it because I like Pelletier up here for sure. But I definitely don't know what to do with the rest of the team. If we take a look at the defense, these guys didn't jump or grow. Do we have anybody scratched that's good? Markstrom and McMichael would probably be better than what we have down here in Alex Formenton. Formenton is a sniper who does fit the first line. Gets a +5 here on the second line. Seriously? That is a little ridiculous. Yolinen is the third line scoring forward. He'll go down there. Formenton getting a +5 with Kerfoot and Kachuk could be really, really good for us, guys. It could be a really, really good deal if Formenton does end up becoming... You know, our star sniper on the second line. Now, he's really not that good. If you take a look at his stats, he's really not that good. But he does get a +5 boost there. So, let's see. If we move Kachuk up and, like, Formenton up, it would get us a +3 up here. Brady Kachuk doesn't exactly fit. I mean, there we go. We get a +3, +3, +3. That would be good. But a guy like Formenton is not good enough to play on the first line. It's just straight up a simple fact. We'd need a sniper. I'd like to go after a sniper. Maybe taking a look at selling off some of our futures. And Gregory Cutler here, guys, at 83 at 22. I'm very excited. John Gibson's an 87. He's still listed as an exact starter, so he might start to decline. But Hendrix Lapierre, very good two-way forward. Okay, let's take a look in the minors. Peyton Krebs, 81 playmaker. I don't think I'm going to call him up. I just don't really have a spot for many of these guys. Harold Girard is a power forward who's looking very freaking good, guys. I mean, like, very freaking good. Reese Chichu still a 79. I don't know why he's in the minors. He played up here last season and a good year. Bielis is still not, like, growing the way we want him to. So, we take a look here. Let's go ahead in the system. Call up Chichu. Yep, confirm that. Let's actually take a look at the goalies down here. Tennell's an 81 as well. I guess I could go with Cutler and Tennell, but I feel like Cutler... I mean, listen. He's got good angles, good breakaway. His stick height average. His recovery is 88, which is good. Endurance 85 is okay. I think I'm still going to hang on to Gibson. I don't think he's quite ready. We're going to go best lines down here in the AHL. I'm fine with all this. Move Krebs up. But yeah, I think we do need to find a new sniper for the top line. I'm going to scan some of the trade block guys. I don't know if I'm going to make a trade in this episode, but I definitely want to take a look at skaters matching the block for teams around the league and see if we can get a star sniper on our team. You know, you can see here some of these teams don't have anybody yet. Some of them have some really good players on it, like Elias Lindholm, but he's not a sniper. You can see here Jake Bean is an option to go after defensively. I love Jake Bean. Still think we would rather have a defensive defenseman to bring in, and I think the defense is not where I think a star sniper is what we need to bring in. But you can see not a lot of those guys on the block. The LA Kings, the Minnesota Wild have Jonathan Drouin and Bjorkstrand. He would fit the first forward line. He's pretty darn good. They want to trade him. Let's just see, what would it take to get him? They don't think there's anything that would be... I would be willing to move on from... I don't know what I'd be willing to move on from. Guys, what am I willing to move on from? Wow, these guys are really good. Dylan Dubé and Anthony Beauvillier on the block. The New York Rangers took Artemi Panarin off the block, or did they move him? No, he's still there. What would it take to get Artemi Panarin? I'm not giving away 3 defensemen. Thank you very much. That's us. Flyers don't have anybody. The Penguins don't have anybody on the block. Werenski's on the block there. Ryan O'Reilly. They don't have any snipers on the block. Nobody from Toronto. Vancouver, no. Vegas Golden Knights, no. Washington, no. Winnipeg, no. Okay. So my question is, are there still free agents of quality? Sort by overall, and yeah, I don't see any, star players here. No Tavares that kept held out and things like that. So they're all on a team. But guys, what do I do? I definitely want to make a move here. I definitely feel like now's the time to make a move. Pelletier, I guess, is going to stay there. And then we have Kerfoot, White, Kachuk, Logan Brown centering Yolonen and Pelletier. I like this. This is very similar to our lines of the past. I mean, Forsberg still got a good shot. Colin White does have a good shot for sure. I mean, we get a +1 with these 3 guys. Colin White, I guess, is more of a sniper type. I mean, Worrell's got the goal-scoring touch. I mean, like, let's be honest. But the +3's in the middle here. Pelletier, very, very good playmaker. Fits the third line so well. He's going to make us better there. I don't think I want Lahoe in. I think I'd rather have Reese Chichu in. So yes, it's the +1 there. I like Ellis and Fleury getting each a +3, and then this is fine there. So guys, I honestly think to get over Toronto or to get past Tampa, we're probably going to need somebody who's going to be getting us a significantly higher chemistry up here at the top. I don't think it's going to be the coach because we were kind of locked in this way, but guys, I don't know what to do. This is a really intriguing offseason, and I hope you guys have some comments. Please leave your thoughts down there in the comments section. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.